In this video, we learn how to divide a polynomial by a binomial, and we will use long division. So the first thing we want to look at is that we have three terms, a trinomial, and we want to notice that the following trinomial is in order, meaning largest exponent to smallest. If we're going to use long division, we want to make sure that our trinomial is in the correct order before we start. If it's not in the correct order, then we should rewrite it. So find the quotient just means divide. And so in order to do this, we need to use long division. And so the way you're going to write it is just like any other long division problem. 2x minus 1, that is called our divisor. And then the numerator, our trinomial, that's called the dividend. And we will have a remainder and we will have a quotient. The quotient will be our solution along with the remainder. So the way we write this out, we write 2x minus 1, just like any other long division problem. The divisor is on the outside. The dividend is on the inside. Again, make sure that the trinomial is in the correct order. So you want to pay attention to order. So the way we're going to do this is you need to figure out how we're going to get positive 6x squared. So at the very top, you need to ask yourself what goes up here such that when I multiply it with 2x, I get 6x squared. So the only possible answer would be 3x. So 3x times 2x gives me 6x squared, which is what we want. You need to take 3x and multiply it with -1 as well. Notice how the like terms line up. Once you've multiplied 3x with both terms, then we have to subtract just like any other division problem, but you have to be careful because we have two terms here. So when we subtract, we have to use the distributive property, and I will notate this by using parentheses. Okay, so this negative applies both to 6x squared and it also applies to -3x. So you kind of have to do this in your head. You're going to get 6x squared minus 6x squared. This goes away, it's 0, which is what we always want. And then we have 7x plus 3x, plus because I have to distribute the negative. So 7x plus 3x gives us 10x. And then just like a regular division problem, whatever's left up here, you need to bring it down with the sign. We need to follow the same process one more time. You need to ask yourself, what goes up here such that when I multiply it with 2x, I get exactly 10x. So the answer would be positive 5, because 5 times 2x gives me exactly 10x. These have to match exactly the way they did here. 5 times -1 is -5. And then of course we need to subtract. And remember, you need to distribute that negative. And then at this point we get a remainder. So again, 10x minus 10x is 0. You always want this to be 0. This first term, this first part should be 0, exactly like it was up here. -7 plus 5 gives us -2. that is our remainder. And then 3x plus 5, that is called the quotient. And the way we write our answer is we write the quotient. So this is one way to do it, 3x plus 5. And then we're going to write plus our remainder over our divisor. Okay, so you write your quotient and then plus remainder over divisor. You can write it like this, or we could actually simplify the signs here. We can also just write this as 3x plus 5 and then just minus 2 over 2x minus 1. So we could do that as well. Either of these solutions is okay. We would like to apply the same process for the second example. What you want to always look at is make sure that the numerator is in the correct order. In this case, the numerator is out of order. You want the largest exponent first. It should be largest exponent to smallest. And so we do have to rewrite the numerator because it's not in order. So you got to do that first before you start dividing. So we write out our problem. The divisor is on the outside. So we have 2y plus 5. On the inside, you want this trinomial, but in the correct order. So the first term, 2y squared. Second term should be minus 3y. And last term is minus 15. So once that's done, then we can start dividing by using long division. So we need to get 2y squared. So at the top, what should I multiply 2y by to get 2y squared? And in this case, the answer would just be y, because y times 2y gives me 2y squared. Remember, you have to multiply y with this, whatever this number is. So in this case, we get plus 5y. Make sure your like terms line up. We need to subtract, distribute the negative. Again, that's 0. This is negative 3y minus 5y because we have to distribute again. So this is really a minus 5. So when we combine those, we're going to get negative 8y. And then, of course, we need to bring down minus 15. And then we follow the same process one more time. So what goes up here? So that when you multiply with 2y, we get negative 8. In this case, we want a negative 8. So the only way to get negative 8 is to write minus 4y. Minus 4, I'm sorry, just minus 4. So minus 4 times 2y is negative 8y. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. And then, of course, we need to subtract, and this will give us our remainder. So this really turns into a positive 8y because we're distributing this negative. So that's 0, which we want. And then we're left with negative 15 plus 20, and that's going to give us a remainder of 5. And then we're done. So once you get your remainder, you can write your final answer. So our final answer will be our quotient, y minus 4, plus remainder over divisor. And that is the end of this video.